Welcome back. A cleaner, safer and stronger family of EC polymer notes were launched on Wednesday, the 29th of May. The regional media launch featured video conferencing with members from the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB headquarters, and other agencies. The notes are being praised for their modern features. Solange Alfred reports.
The new banknotes being introduced have been praised for the resilient nature of the polymer material. However, Managing Director of First National Bank St. Lucia, Jonathan Johannes, says it may take a while before the new polymer notes are in circulation within the region. However, an air of excitement rings through the banking sector with the recent launch of the new EC polymer notes. The notes are being commended for their resilience, inclusiveness, and high level of safety.
I think just by hearing the tone in my voice and seeing me here, you can tell that we're all excited. The actual public campaign to launch the note is called Cleaner, Safer, Stronger, and it goes a long way in explaining what polymer is all about. It's longer lasting, it's easier to clean, it's safer in terms of its security features, and the one element that really excites me and I think we should all be excited about, it's a more inclusive note in that it has features that enable the visually impaired to identify the notes much quicker.
Further commending on the innovative move by the ECCB was Executive Director of the St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association, Anthony Avril. He says, although the idea has been tried and tested in other regions by other banking sectors, this new family of EC polymer notes being rolled out by the ECCB will be more durable and unproblematic for the visually impaired.
I know that many central banks across the world have tried various experiments, but it seems that the ECCB found a way that would allow the bumps to remain on the notes for its lifespan. And we are very grateful about this. It's not, you don't need to know Braille or anything. Once you can learn by feel the symbols, very simple symbols on the notes, then you would be able to identify them. Let's put it this way. It is good not only for those living with blindness and vision impairment, but for people who are print challenge, even people who have to do business with very poor lights. Then you would find if they learn it, they can also use it. So kudos to them.
Meanwhile, Joanna says the banking sector in the region is not anticipating any issues with the new currency. With a vigorous push to sensitize the public, he is of the opinion the new notes will be readily accepted.
I think we are well prepared, and one of the key elements that the governor pointed out is that all banks at the same time will not be receiving or issuing polymer to their customers. We all carry a certain level of currency stock, and it's as that stock gets depleted, those old paper notes gets depleted. When we request new notes, we will be issued the polymer by the central bank and then bring those into circulation. So paper notes should be around for quite some time. But in terms of problems, I think the bigger concern we may have, and that's why I'm thankful for the social media campaign to educate and sensitize the public, the TV programs, ECCB Connect. I think I remember seeing our local representative on Claudius's show talking about it. It's questions from the general public. So one of the key questions I anticipate is this real money or is it counterfeit? You know, when the first notes start hitting the market. And we will have some work to do in terms of sensitizing our customers and people who transact with us that this is the new note. But I think the central bank has done a masterful job in public education on that front.
Johanna says intense testing of the polymer notes have been carried out at ATMs and note counters to ensure seamless transactions. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
More than 50 people from the community of Dennery will benefit from a project valued at over $6,000, spearheaded by the Sandals Foundation and facilitated by the National Enrichment and Learning Unit, NELU. The idea was born from one team member of the Sandals Regency Hotel who saw a need in his community and reached out to the philanthropic organization for assistance.
Efforts to support projects in the communities where their team members live has led Sandals Resorts International to the community of Dennery. Team member Anias Tiny Rages of the Sandals Regency Latok Aqua Center is the mastermind behind the initiative, worth EC $6,570. Rages says the aim of the project is a desire to see development and prosperity within his neighborhood.
This means a lot to me on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say 10. I mean, that I come from Dennery and not much is happening right now. And every day you come from work and go home, see those guys sitting on the block and some playing football on the court, that's all they have to do. But now they have the opportunity to become tradesmen themselves. I'm also grabbing on the opportunity. So I'd like to say thank you to Sandals for coming along with this initiative. She's a wonderful initiative at this moment. I'd like to once again tell him thank you very much.
The Skills Training and CXC Training Project will impact 56 individuals through capacity building. General Manager, Sandals Resort Latok, Gaurav Sindhi, says the entire team is thrilled at the community outreach program.
Sandals Foundation, along with Sandals Resorts, has always talked about being part of the community, being part of our healthcare, being part of education. Community being a major part of it because our team members come from those communities. To be able to give back to the communities is just amazing, and we are privileged and proud and honored to be part of that.
Meanwhile, facilitator at the National Enrichment and Learning Unit, NELU, charged with the responsibility of teaching cake making and decorating, Florentina Liebert, says the course offers patrons the opportunity to advance themselves into lucrative careers or an opportunity to become an entrepreneur. She expressed her pleasure with the enthusiasm of those participating and hopes Sandals continues the worthy endeavor.
We have quite a number of young people. They are very enthusiastic about it. They're enjoying it so far. We started the course. We did the basic, teaching them how to bake the cake, how to use royal icing, so how to ice the cake, and also how to make flour using royal icing. Also, we're teaching them how to do buttercream, how to apply buttercream and so on. And so it's a 50-hour course, and it will be done over probably a 3 months period. And hopefully, I hope Sandals is going to continue because there is an intermediate part, which is the most exciting part, and I would like them to also continue that part of the course. But so far, they've been enjoying it.
Other opportunities for youth development training will include tiling, human relations, electrical installation, and plumbing. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
St. Lucia draws closer to introducing more advanced ICT technology to the agriculture industry. Under a project named Advancing ICTs for Climate-Smart Agriculture Practices, the organization hosted a one-day workshop to discuss on ICT interventions for the sector. Amanda Faye Clark tells us more.
The CODI workshop, which got the support from the Agriculture Ministry and technical partners such as the OECS Commission and DAICA, brought together stakeholders of the industry, including students. The activity focused on market intelligence as a strategy to better manage climatic variability. CODI representative in St. Lucia, Andrea Vieira, says she hopes that by hosting this workshop, which highlighted ICT for agriculture, stakeholders will see the value of using modern ICT in bolstering economic activity, crop production, and information sharing within the sector.
We hope that this project would be the beginning of more to come. We are hoping that more funding can come as well so that we can assist the farmers. But as it is right now, it is all covered by the CARICOM-Japan Cooperation, Friendly Overseas Cooperation. And we must say thank you to them for the sponsorship and the drive to recognize a need for such a project and to use St. Lucia as the pilot country to have such a project running for the OECS.
Minister for Agriculture Honorable Ezekiel Joseph, in addressing the opening ceremony of the workshop, says that stakeholder use and willingness to adopt ICT in agriculture should be encouraged, as it does give a platform for agriculture constituents to collaborate, attain up-to-date market information, and for finding solutions to ongoing threats to our agriculture economy.
The whole aspect of information to assist us, the farmers, in production scheduling. So at least when we are in the position to market our products, we have the market for it. Because we need everyone to come on board to give support to this initiative. And I'm sure we all know the crops that we have targeted in the first instance. But for us to be able to accomplish that objective, there are a number of things that we need to do. Of course, we start today with the whole aspect of technology and looking at production scheduling, which is critical for us to accomplish our objectives.
Many ICT in agriculture interventions have been developed and tested around the world to help agriculturists improve their livelihoods through increased agricultural productivity and income, or by reducing risks. For us in St. Lucia, ICT for the industry will work to enhance efforts in climate change initiatives for the sector and to make good on the government's promises to ensure sustainable and secure nutrition and food sources. From the Information Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Amanda Faye Clark reporting.
Close to 40 students converged at the Public Service Training Institute on Tuesday, the 28th of May, for the first ever formal orientation training for students participating in the annual Summer Employment Program.
Over the years, successful applicants of the Government of St. Lucia Summer Employment Program have been subjected to informal orientation sessions within their assigned agencies. However, this year, the Department of the Public Service has added a vital component to the program. From now on, students will undergo a comprehensive orientation training prior to their stint. Betty Blanchard is Director of Training at the Public Service Training Institute.
It's a one-day program where we bring all the summer students together and we present to them on various areas. The key topics are the structure and function of the public service, ethics and professionalism, time management, on-the-job skills and student responsibility, and the introduction to the staff orders. These are some of the various topics.
Presenters were drawn from various ministries and the departments of the public service. The Summer Employment Program is open to fifth form students, Year 1 college students, and university students who are not in their final year. Students are granted a 2-month period of employment from June to July or July to August. Students receive a stipend to assist them in defraying the cost of school supplies. Unfortunately, due to a limited budget, less than 200 students are accommodated under the program in any given year. Meanwhile, the Public Service Training Institute recently completed the compilation of a 75-page orientation booklet for new entrants into the public service.
In the past, our orientation was just a 2-day program where we would bring persons in and we would give them an insight as to what happens and what is expected of them in the public service. However, we saw the need to have an online component. So a lot of what is in there is the staff orders and other policies and regulation which they need to know about. So we have compiled that, and this is our online component of the program. So we email this to the new entrants, they would read through it, and there is an online questionnaire. They answer the question and then they come prepared for our face-to-face component of that program with questions and other concerns which they may have.
Staff of the Public Service Training Institute compiled the orientation manual. Julita Peter reporting from the Communications Unit of the Department of the Public Service.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. Tennyson Glasgow is up next with all the sporting action.